Aries, this is Debs and this is your reading for mid-June 2026. I hope you're well. Thank you so much for being here, guys. Now, I got a really interesting energy coming through in the reading. First of all, I heard the word miscommunication, and I thought, okay. And I saw two people standing opposite each other, both looking quite awkward. And one person said to the other person, "Are you sure you're okay? Yeah, everything's all right?" And the other person looked at them and said, "Yeah, fine, no problem, no problem." But the person that was nervous, thinking the other one was angry, knew that they weren't fine. But they didn't understand why, because the issue that they thought this person was angry about had been resolved. So it's almost as if this person who was looking at the other person who was angry thought, what's going on here? Because this is now sorted out. This is ironed out. This is mended, right? I think what we've got here, Aries, is, not to confuse you, someone is understanding that what they thought was the major issue is actually not the major issue. It's something else. But the person who is still a little bit raw, a little bit frosty, is not willing to admit what the real issue actually is. And I think this is where this reading starts. I think we're going to find out what the actual issue is. All right, here we go. Archangel Michael saying, that's correct. Good. So the deck that I'm using is the Guardian Tarot. You guys know the rest. If you want a reading, my website's down below. Link is there to join the channel, and I list all the decks. So Aries, now you could be the person who's still a bit cross, a bit frosty, because you might not have had the courage to say to somebody, actually, that's not the reason why I was angry. That was not the reason I was upset. Or Aries, it could be completely switched, right? You could be the one who's mystified. I just don't understand why this person still seems to have an issue, because I thought the issue was sorted. All right, here we go, guys. So Archangel Michael, what do we have for my lovely Aries, please? Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. Oh, Angela and Rose have come into the room. Yeah. Wow, I haven't connected with Angela and Rose for quite a long time. They're my spirit guides. Yes. I'm also hearing Archangel Raphael. Okay. So Archangel Michael, what do we have for Aries, please? Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. Why is he showing me a P? He's showing me a single green P. Okay. All right. Okay, yeah. What he's saying to me is, this is actually, Aries, a very, very small issue. But I'm hearing a song by the Eurythmics, Thorn in My Side. But this is a very small issue, but it cut deep. It's rather like getting a splinter in your finger. You can hardly see it, but it's very painful. That's what we have here. That's what we have here. All right, let's just dive in. I could be here forever, channeling through all this information. Let's just get the cards on the table, shall we? All right, Archangel Michael's saying twofold. He's actually showing me somebody folding a blanket in half, twofold. So that was a message for me, but it's also a message that relates to this reading. Yes. All right, I hope you guys haven't confused you. Let's just do this. All right, Six of Cups. This, Aries, relates to the past. Something that happened in the past. It could have been a long time ago, where someone didn't behave the right way, or somebody said something which threw the other person off. It might even have been a throwaway comment. But whatever was said drove a point home, and that was the thorn in the side. That was where the discomfort started. But the other person may not have realized that. Crossing that, Aries, yes, Ace of Swords. That's the point. I'm looking at the top of the sword. The point that we need to come to relates to the past. It may even have been the deep past. In the past, okay, there's the issue. We have a tower moment. We have a tower moment, Aries. After that time, we have the Queen of Wands. Now, Aries, I think this is you. I think this is you. So, Aries, I think because you went through a tower moment in the past, you have been thinking about something that someone did or said, someone that's close to you. Still, they think a situation that they may have thought you were angry about has been resolved. But actually, Aries, what they don't realize is it was not that issue. It was something that happened in the past, maybe a long time ago, that you just could not get over. But you might have buried it, Aries. You might have pushed it under the carpet. You might have thought, well, it happened so long ago, I have to let it go. But Aries, I don't think you could, not really. Now, this could be a family situation. You could be in a partnership. This could even be an issue with a work colleague, okay? In your thoughts now, Seven of Pentacles. What I'm actually hearing is they should have understood. They should have understood. What are they going on about this issue for? Yes, no, nothing to do with that. They should have understood that it was an issue in the past. The issue related to something they did in the past where you went through a tower moment, Aries. It was a shock. You might have hid your shock from this person. You might have not said anything. But whatever this was that happened kind of brought the tower down. But I feel as if you dealt with this quietly within yourself at the time. For whatever reason, Aries, you didn't say very much. In the immediate future, we have the Four of Swords. Yes, Aries, you are considering whether or not you should talk about this now. You may feel, oh my gosh, it's going to bring up the past. Do I really want to do that? You may have been keen, Aries, to keep a situation balanced, keep a situation peaceful, but you cannot stop thinking about something that happened in the past that was a shock. What you're considering is, I'm actually still healing from this. I could never get over this. This was something that will be seared on my memory for the years to come. So not only are you recognizing, Aries, that this is something that you maybe have to talk about, but with the energy of the Four of Swords, you may be thinking, I've got to choose my moment. I've got to put it in such a way where the other person isn't affronted or angry that I've held this in for so long. In your fears, guys, Nine of Wands. What you're fearing, Aries, is if you bring this up, if you talk about the real issue, the real reason why you're so upset, the other person is going to end up sitting in the Nine of Wands. It could cause a lot of problems. It could even bring the ending to this dynamic, whether or not it's a familial thing. This is a member of your family who did something, whether or not it's within a partnership, whether or not it's in a work environment. What you're thinking about is, if I express the truth, the real reason why I feel so upset, it's not going to help the situation. It could actually cause another tower moment. And so I think, Aries, that's why you've been holding back. Whoever your person is sitting in the energy of the sun. Aries, they don't know why you are so reserved. You are a little bit sharp with your words. You may be even avoiding them. They don't know why. Now, this person could simply be a Leo with the energy of the sun. They're moving towards you in a very bright, positive energy, as if to say, Aries, you want to talk about anything, because you don't seem to be terribly happy. Don't get why, because, this is somebody who might have said something that could have hurt you recently. They think, Aries, that was the issue. But they may have apologized for that. They may have said, oh, sorry, I was just in a really bad mood, or oh, I'm sorry I said that. I was a little bit out of order. They have no idea, Aries. It's nothing to do with that. It's nothing to do with that. So they are perplexed. They don't understand why you're sitting in the Four of Swords. In your hopes, Aries, 10 of Pentacles. Wow, okay. Aries, you may be hoping that whatever happens, you can remain in the 10 of Pentacles. So this could be a decision this person made about your finances. Maybe you're a couple and you had some kind of tower moment. Oh my God, I can't believe you did that. But this person might have felt as if they made a logical decision, and it might have been taken out of your hands, Aries, if you are dealing with a very traditional partnership where you are the female partner, you're dealing with a masculine partner. I don't know, he could have been managing the family money. It could be something like that. Let's carry on, Aries. Let's have a look at the outcome. The outcome is, the Wheel of Destiny. Aries, change is on the horizon. Change is on the horizon. I'm hearing whether you like it or not. Okay, all right. Whether you like it or not, change is on the horizon. But there's also going to be a fortunate turn of events. Clarification for you, Page of Cups. You may be thinking about a child, or you could be thinking about the fact that your person apologized, but as far as you're concerned, they apologized for the wrong thing. They apologized for something that maybe, Aries, you might have been a bit upset, but it wasn't the be all and end all. You have not wanted to talk about the fact that you went through an internal emotional tower in the past. That was the real issue. Okay. 2 of Pentacles. All right. Aries, what you're thinking about is, do I tell this person why I'm upset? The real reason why I'm that upset? Or do I just try and push it down? As maybe you have been, Aries, for a long time. Whoever's been sat in the energy of the sun, they are completely confused. They could be a Cancerian for some of you. They are totally perplexed. Why you don't seem to be yourself, why you are acting as if they haven't apologized when they have. But Aries, you have been keeping the real reason locked away. You've been keeping the real reason for the upset locked away. 5 of Pentacles. They don't know what to do, Aries, because they do feel as if you've shut yourself off. With the energy of the 5 of Pentacles, they do feel left out in the cold. They don't know why you're still unhappy, or you still seem to be a bit cold with them, or you're still acting as if you're a bit upset. They don't know. They don't understand why. Aries, I think this is you needing to have the courage to admit the truth. Because even though you're afraid of a second tower moment, you're afraid that if you do, you're both going to be pulled into the 9 of Wands. It's going to be stressful. Aries, you have to get this off your chest. For goodness sake, guys, you have to get this off your chest. Because you can't carry this inside you much longer. It's sort of festering inside. You have to get it out, Aries. Whatever it was. Underneath the deck, we have, wow, the 8 of Cups. The 8 of Cups. And we have Temperance. Aries, this was such a blow for you. whatever this person did or said that they might have felt wasn't actually that big a deal. Whatever was done or said, Aries, has actually caused you to consider walking away from this family dynamic, from this partnership. You have actually been considering walking away, right? Washing your hands of the situation because you have been unable to heal. But up until now, Aries, I think you've been putting on a bit of a false mask in the nicest sense. You've been putting on a brave face because you knew that if you brought up what was a tower moment for you in the past, it could actually make things a lot worse. But you may feel, Aries, you got no choice, guys. So let's get into this. Aries, you are thinking about the past. This is not the immediate past where maybe your person did or said something that you didn't agree with or upset you. This was something that happened way in the past. Ace of Swords. That is the truth. That is the real reason why you maybe have not been able to put it behind you. It's been very difficult. So what is on your mind, Aries? Let's have a look. Bless your heart, guys. 7 of Cups. 7 of Cups. Confusion. Shall I sit this person down and say, okay, the real reason why I'm so upset is this in the past? And it might have happened a long time ago. You don't know. Should you bring it up? Should you just try and keep it buried? The Empress. Wow. It could have something to do, Aries, with a Taurian or a Libra. Or it may even go back as far as, if it's relevant, another woman. Or it could go back as far as something to do with wanting to have children or not being able to have children, or someone who didn't want to, say, be a father. Okay. This may be a very sensitive topic, conversation. What else are you thinking about, Aries? 9 of Cups. Nine of Cups. King of Cups. Okay. Aries, you are connected to a King of Cups. Maybe a Pisces, Cancer or Scorpio. You're coming through as both the Queen of Wands and the Empress. I don't think this has anything to do with a third-party situation, guys. I have to be honest. And if that is your story, this is probably not your reading. This is deeply personal, okay? It might be, Aries, that this is a family member who said something very personal and cutting to you when they were drinking. 9 of Cups, King of Cups. They can't even remember what they said, but it hit home, Aries, and it hit home hard. This could be someone who wanted to sit in a bit of a selfish energy, all about them, when, Aries, they disregarded what you desperately wanted. This could have been a masculine you were dealing with. If this is romantic, Aries, this could be your husband or long-term partner who said to you, I'm sorry, I never want to have children. I'm much more interested in my career. And at the time you agreed with that. But Aries, there might have been a moment where you fell pregnant and then you lost the child, and you might have felt your partner was completely insensitive about that. Don't worry, you'll get over it. Didn't really want to have kids anyway. And this is you thinking, oh my God, they don't understand. They don't understand, right? This is YouTube, guys, and this is also a very personal, private topic I'm dipping into a little bit here. It it all depends on what your situation is. So I'm not going to elaborate, but you guys understand where I'm coming from. Whatever this was, Aries, this cut very deeply, but this King of Cups pushed it under the carpet or didn't think it was important or was really insensitive about this. And you have been carrying this wound silently for a long time. For a long time. Yes. 8 of Wands. This is something that this King of Cups said, which you could never forget. So, Aries. Let's have a look at the Tower in the past. Scorpio energy, Aries energy. You're coming through as the Empress and the Queen of Wands. Very beautiful. You could be wife. You could be mother. I don't know. 7 of Wands. At the time, Aries, I think you might have shut off your emotion. A tower fell and you just needed time on your own. You really wanted just time on your own by yourself. You might have been a little bit defensive. Okay. You might have been. But behind closed doors, Aries, you were incredibly upset. You were looking at something that you lost, or you were looking at something that floored you emotionally, something that you found very, very difficult to get over, but you forced yourself to pick yourself up and act as if it didn't affect you. Act as if, I'm okay, I'm fine. Yes, okay, that happened. I'm all right. But, oh, Aries, I'm feeling pain in my sacral, pain. Yes, you moved yourself to calmer waters. You tried to turn your back on this, but it was very, very difficult. It was very, very difficult. After that time, Aries, I feel as if you threw yourself into your normal life, duties, responsibilities, your work, whatever this was. You were determined to get over whatever happened in the past. Yes. And you were very successful, Aries, because you're strong. Aries women are incredibly strong, resilient, but you hid the fact, Aries, that you never got over this. You hid the fact you never got over this. But you pulled yourself up, right? And there was victory and success. You might have chucked yourself into work to try and get over what happened. You might have even moved location because you might have felt that if it related to memories relating to an environment, then you would find it easier to get over this. But for some reason, you never talked about this again. You never talked to your King of Cups, whoever he was, about this again. He could be a Cancerian with a Chariot, okay? We've got Scorpio here too. Justice. You moved forward and you balanced out your life successfully, but the wound was still open, although you never said anything. What you're thinking about now is 7 of Pentacles. You keep thinking about whatever happened in the past. You keep being drawn back to what happened in the past. Could have happened 7 years ago. Could have been 17 years ago. I don't know. But you are thinking, okay, maybe it's time that I come out with the truth because I can't hold this inside any longer. What's on your mind, Aries? The 5 of Wands. You know that if you talk about this, maybe there'll be drama. You know that if you talk about this, there could be drama. Queen of Pentacles. And what you're thinking about is, I don't want to set the cat amongst the pigeons. I don't want to wreck my stability by bringing up something that really upset me in the past again. So, Aries, you may feel that this will be a game changer, that your person may even turn around and say, wow, if you really can't forgive that, then this relationship is over. Or if you really can't forgive that, maybe we shouldn't talk again. This could be you fearful of cutting off from a family member that you were very close to. Okay? King of Cups could be brother, uncle, dad, you know, whoever this is. If this isn't a romantic partner, you know that if you bring this up, it's sort of game over. Or you're worried it will be game over. So Aries, what else are you considering here? What else are you thinking about? You're thinking about the Six of Wands, yeah. You might be dealing with someone incredibly proud. You may be dealing with somebody who always likes to feel as if they made the right decision. This could be head of a household. This could be somebody who is all about what other people think about them, their status, their reputation. Or Aries, if this is you, you have simply been wearing a false mask. I can't show this King of Cups how I really feel about this. I can't bring it up again. There's just no way that this would go well. So Aries, in the immediate future, we have you. Okay, this is you, Aries. You are still thinking about this tower moment from the past. Could have been a long time ago. Whoever this person is, this is your King of Cups who is trying to be all light-hearted and positive and enthusiastic after maybe mending a small argument. What they don't understand, Aries, is why hasn't their apology worked? Because behind closed doors, Aries, deep, deep down, what they're thinking about is, I'm so confused with the moon. I'm so confused. Why do I still feel left out in the cold from Aries? I mean, wasn't this all sorted out? Wasn't this issue that we had ironed out? Didn't I apologize well enough? They're very confused. Aries, what you haven't wanted to say is the reason why you were so upset was nothing to do with this small argument you had, right? This issue that you guys had, nothing to do with it. It goes way deeper and it goes right back to the past. But with the energy of the Nine of Wands, Aries, you have been afraid of bringing this up again because you may feel that if you do, you could end up destroying this connection because your person is going to be so shocked that you have kept this buried deep down for so long. They may feel, if you have been feeling like that for so many years, why the hell didn't you say something before? They may feel, okay, we really can't mend this. We just can't mend this then. And that is what you're afraid of. So Archangel Michael, when do we have the Four of Swords and the Sun for my Aries? Thank you, Michael. He's telling me the 28th of June, so soon, couple of weeks, Aries. He's pointing forward to the 4th and 5th of July. 28th of June to the 4th and 5th of July. Okay. There's going to be a moment, Aries, where you will have the opportunity to say to this person, all right, I think we actually need a proper sit-down private conversation. I think we have to. All right. Let's have a look at your person's energy. They're sat in the Sun. They are of the understanding, Aries, that an issue that you had is ironed out. It's all sorted, right? They're feeling optimistic. They're feeling as if they did the right thing. The Fool. They're thinking about you. This is someone who took a leap of faith and a risk that they shouldn't have done. And this is someone who is confident that you two are now on a brand new path. You've put this behind you. Three of Cups. And as far as this person is concerned, you have successfully reconciled. You have successfully reconciled. Yes, you're both now sat in the Ten of Cups again. Whether or not this is your partner, whether or not this is a family situation, your person, your King of Cups, believes, Aries, that this is sorted. So they're incredibly confused as to why they feel as if you're distancing yourself. They feel left out in the cold. They know something else is wrong, Aries, but you've been denying it. No, I'm fine. Yeah, no, I just want to spend some time by myself. No, no problems. But Aries, it's underneath the surface. It's that splinter under your finger, right? Under your fingernail. It's still there. Page of Wands. Aries, this might have something to do with a child or children or conceiving or losing a child, God forbid. You believe this person was incredibly insensitive somehow. The Hangman. And you've been unable to get over it. Yeah. You've kept yourself stuck. You've carried on, Aries, even though you might have felt you were sacrificing. Or you might have felt you had to sacrifice something to keep the relationship going. Or you had to sacrifice a dream of yours because it didn't fit in with what your person wanted, or it didn't fit in with what the family wanted. What else are you thinking about here? Aries, gosh, guys. The Ace of Cups. Aries, you feel you have sacrificed while this King of Cups has been sitting in self-love. Very selfish energy, all about themselves. Well, I'm the head of the family, so I need to make sure that I work overtime, long hours to bring in enough money for the family. But Aries, you may have wanted, you know, a partner who was available in the evenings and weekends because you might have wanted a cozy family environment, but you may have ended up marrying someone who was a workaholic. But you felt you couldn't say anything. It might be, Aries, this is a family member who was always put on a pedestal by their parents. This could be your brother who bullied you when you were small. You had to stand up for yourself, but you always felt as if everybody thought he was the blue-eyed boy, right? Everybody put this brother of yours on a pedestal and you were left either out in the cold yourself or you were just disregarded. The son is the most important member of the family, right? Something like that. And it's always been a thorn in your side. Yeah. Aries, you've never been able to get over this, not really. 9 of Swords. This could even have been someone who chose to do what they wanted to do whilst you were ill. You could have been very ill. This person might have said, yeah, sorry, you're ill, Aries, but I have to work. And this is you thinking, I'm sorry, what? I'm in a hospital and you are going back to work? Well, yes, you know, because that's what I do. Whatever this was, it was very, very insensitive, and you have not been able to get over this. You haven't. You haven't been able to get over this. 5 of Swords. What you're thinking about is this person sabotaged this relationship, this connection, romantic or platonic, a long time ago. But you have not wanted to bring this up either because you didn't want to reopen the wound, Aries, or because you knew that if you did bring it up, not only could they not do anything about it because it's past, but it would just bring up all these old feelings again and make you both feel very uncomfortable. And maybe you felt, I can't do that. But Aries, it's the time. The time is now. The time is now. What happened in the past? Let's have a look at what happened in the past. Let's have a look at this King of Cups. Okay. This King of Cups might have done something sneaky relating to family money. 7 of Swords, 5 of Pentacles, but kept it quiet with the moon. Or this could have been someone, Aries, who was all about the money. And so this is someone who behaved as if you weren't important. And that hurt you. That hurt you. Wow, this King of Cups is choosing money, career, the foundation of this connection over me, over our connection, over the love between us, or over this very close family connection. That really hurt. That really hurt. There was something this King of Cups did in the past that he thinks you'd forgotten all about, Aries. No, it's still fresh in your mind. The Star. Still fresh in your mind. The strange thing is, he thinks that this has been healed. He thinks that this cold energy you're sitting in, Aries, is something to do with a recent development that he's apologized for. But it's not. It goes way deeper. It goes right back to the past. What is the energy between you two? This is very difficult, Aries. The High Priestess. Okay. This is about a secret, or this is about something, Aries, that you have not been able to talk about. Up until now, I think it's all going to come out, guys. You have been keeping this buried deep down. So, what you're fearing is, if you do bring this up, you're both going to be sat in the Ten of Wands again. And I don't think you want to deal with that. What you're hoping for, Aries, is to sit in the Ten of Pentacles, nice and stable, whether or not this is a family situation, whether or not this is you and a partner. And the final card, Aries, is the Wheel of Destiny. Now, this is a fortunate turn of events. Whatever this is, Aries, it probably won't completely mend whatever happened in the past, because whatever happened in the past happened. It happened. This deception, this tower moment, it happened. You can't turn the clock back, but this, I think, is the universe helping you shift onto a new path. Because what they're recognizing, Aries, is you have been sat trying to stay in a temperate energy, whilst underneath what you've been thinking about is, I just think I should go. I think I should leave. I think I should go, right? I don't think I can wear this false mask any longer with this King of Cups. Whoever your King of Cups is, what you've been thinking about is, I can't communicate anymore with him, or I don't feel the same way about him, and it's nothing to do with what happened recently. Nothing to do with that. And he doesn't get it. You don't understand why he doesn't get it, Aries, because what you're thinking about is, if he used his intuition, he would get it. Why is he behaving as if, oh, I don't know what you're talking about, Aries, I apologize for this. So are we fine again? And you're thinking, no, do you not understand? It happened back here, not recently. This is why I got really upset. So guys, let's have a look at the Wheel of Fortune, the Wheel of Destiny. What is going to happen, Aries, in the situation? Oh, Aries, we have a Queen of Swords. Now, this could be somebody stepping forward quietly to talk to this King of Cups. This could be somebody who understands that you're upset, Aries, and is acting as intermediary. This could be somebody who knows deep down that you are very, very upset. This is also someone who knows that your King of Cups might have done something insensitive recently, and she is aware of the dynamic. This could be a Queen of Swords who very quietly pulls your King of Cups to one side and says, you know what? I think Aries is not upset about this. I think Aries is really upset about what happened way back then. So this Queen of Swords must have known, Aries, about this tower moment in the past. I think she is going to take the King of Cups to one side and have a quiet word. Because Aries, I don't think she feels as if you want to. So she might do this on your behalf. Yes. Yeah. She is going to speak to the King of Cups and say, okay, I think we need to have a private word because I need to talk to you about Aries. So what is this Queen of Swords going to talk to the King of Cups about? Page of Pentacles. This Queen of Swords may talk to the King of Cups about a child or children, or this could be about money for children, child support, inheritance. This Queen of Swords is going to enlighten the King of Cups. Do you not understand, King of Cups, that the reason why Aries still feels very disconnected from you, is still acting cold towards you, is nothing to do with this recent development, is what happened in the past. So this Queen of Swords, Aries, is going to try and help you to get over this. Help the King of Cups understand that whatever he apologized for, it's nothing to do with that. And help you, Aries, fully heal from this, maybe finally. So this Queen of Swords is going to try and help you both in this. She's going to have a quiet word with the King of Cups. Okay, wow. What she's going to say to the King of Cups is, do you not realize that she felt betrayed about that in the past? She sat in the Ten of Swords. You might not have felt it was that big a deal, but for her, it really was. She very nearly completely disconnected from you for good. This is what the Queen of Swords is going to say to the King of Cups. Wow. What is his reaction? The World. Okay, I didn't know that she felt so deeply about that. I didn't know that she was about to end our association because of that. I didn't actually know. What else is the Queen of Swords going to say? Aries, she's on your side, whoever she is. Yeah. What this Queen of Swords is going to say to the King of Cups is she was completely heartbroken and she felt betrayed. Did you not understand that, King of Cups? Right. What is the King of Cups going to say in return? The Emperor. Now, this can be someone who's all about power, status, reputation, control. Okay. This King of Cups, Aries, may say to the Queen of Swords, okay, I think I need to take control of the situation because there is something else I can do that could alleviate my Queen of Wands' emotional stress about what happened. I will do my best. He wants to take charge of this, Aries. He wants to do the right thing. But he may also admit that because he wanted everything in a neat little row, everything all, logical, he might have taken a logical form of action that you felt was completely out of order. And this is him looking back thinking, okay, yeah, probably wasn't the right thing for me to do. I didn't know that Aries was still feeling upset about that, and to the extent that she was feeling upset about that. All right. What is going to happen after that time? After this Queen of Swords has a quiet word with your King of Cups, who's the Emperor, Aries. Three of Wands. I feel this Emperor is going to consider major change. If this was something that happened a long time ago in your environment, in your house, I don't know, then this is an Emperor who may be moving very gently towards you, Aries, to say, look, I do feel as if there's something deep down that might still be upsetting you. I don't want you to tell me what it is, even though he knows what it is because the Queen of Swords has told him. He may say to you, Aries, what do you think about a brand new start, a fresh, clean slate? Shall we move house? Or I can get a job in a different area. If this is someone who was all about his career, this could be someone who travelled a lot for work, was never around, Aries, left you on your own a great deal. This is someone who's understanding that things have to change, because unless things change, Aries, he could lose you. This could be a brother who you felt everybody put on a pedestal, but you were the one who did the hard work. You were the one that looked after elderly parents. You're the one that had to do all the nitty-gritty stuff, whereas everyone just said, oh, he's a son, he doesn't have to do very much. This is, say, your brother pulling his weight. Okay, Aries, I will do everything I can to take the pressure off you, because I hadn't realized that you felt you sacrificed for so long, for so many years. Let's balance the scales now. I will take over your part of the burden. I think you need to relax. I think you need to take time off, right? This could be a brother coming home to take care of elderly parents, after assuming, Aries, that you as the woman, you as his sister, would be the carer. And this is you feeling deep down very screwed up and angry about that. Well, why the hell should it have to have been me just because I was a woman, you know? Whatever's going on here, Aries, there is major change and transformation. And I think whatever the Emperor is going to do here, he has been divinely guided not only by Source, but by the Queen of Swords to make a very big change. He is suddenly seeing why you are so upset. So Aries, an interesting read. Let's finish off with a message from the universe. Here we go, Aries. Archangel Michael, what message do we have for my lovely Aries to close out their mid-June reading? Thank you, Michael. Passage. Aries, it's all going to work out, okay? You could actually be moving, or someone is moving to help you. In the moments between going from one place to another, you taste the sweetness of life. Aries, you can finally relax and enjoy your life. Enjoy the journey, because this Emperor is going to do something pretty major to help you get over what happened in the past. It's going to be something that he will want to do, okay? So guys, I am leaving the reading there. If you feel this is your story, drop me a comment down below. I'd be interested to hear. Take care of you guys. And of course, I will be back before you know it with your next set of readings. See you soon, Aries. Bye now.